Hello, I'm Heather from Heal with Heather Kristen, here with your June intuitive readings. Today I'm going to be using the Starseed Oracle along with a few interspersed cards from Moonology Manifestation. And of course, I will finish every reading with the Sparkle and Shine Oracle deck that I myself created. You can download my app on my website, www.healwithheatherkristen.com. You can also schedule personal readings, intuitive sessions, cleansing sessions, and intuitive coaching sessions. I have a Patreon account if you would like to support me. The information is in each video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the June readings. Hey, Scorpio, and happy June. Okay, so before I get into the cards, a lot of the energy that I've been reading from all of the other zodiac signs is what's coming in June is some heavier energy, okay? We have just peaked with the Mercury retrograde. We're moving into the second half of it, and it is just this strong push to purge a lot of crap from our past. And I'm talking past lives, past, from the beginning of our life, generational things, stuff like that. It's a purge. Earth is, humans are being called strongly to really focus on healing Earth. Earth is in this transition. And all of us here are here during this time to help in this transition. And we have to remember our gifts, our talents, what we came here for, okay? Because we all chose to be here. We all chose to be here during this time. And it is a gift to be here. It is a gift to share our gifts. And so we really have to focus on clearing out the crap from our pasts so we can align with our gifts and really start sharing them. Okay, so June, there's a lot of life lessons that are coming up for people. There's a lot of transitions, changes. Some things are going to be very challenging. Some things are going to be challenging, but you may be expecting it. You may be ready for it. Okay, so all of that is coming. Now, specifically, your reading, first one, loosen your grip. Next card, surrender to the sweetness. And Hiraeth, I don't know. I probably butchered saying that, but as I mentioned, our gifts are necessary. Sharing our gifts are necessary. Your gifts are very strong. And many of you have suppressed those gifts out of necessity, humanity, society, things like that. But you're lost, and you've always been kind of lost because you don't necessarily have those gifts, or you've denied those gifts, or you're suppressing those gifts. And so there's this feeling that it's kind of just this overwhelming feeling that there's so much of your gifts and your talents and your natural soul-based gifts, gifts from the universe that are so deep down, you just kind of feel lost. And you've created coping mechanisms, okay? It's going to be different for everyone. There's addictions. There's, like drugs, alcohol, overeating, shopping, avoidance. I mean, even things like avoidance, even things like not connecting in relationships. There's so many different coping mechanisms to help you deal with the fact that you're hiding your gifts. You're not being true to your soul. You're denying who you are. You're denying your God universe given talents and gifts. I'm sorry I keep saying gifts, but it's really what it is. It's just these energetic things that we can do to help the earth, to help each other, to help the world, and you're just denying it. And so you might have this extra strong longing this month to do something, or maybe this feeling of even more loss than you already feel. It's this heaviness, and in overarching, June just kind of feels heavy. But for you guys, it's heavy with this loss, this fogginess, this cloudiness, like missing home, and but you don't know where home is. And it's kind of like this sadness, but it's not really a sadness because you aren't familiar with it. It's a sadness in a sense that it's an emptiness, kind of. It's you're missing something, but you're not sure exactly what. And I think that's just what is coming up so strong for you this month. And I think if you can recognize it, that's going to be a key turning point for you as you work through the month. Okay. So now let me get into surrender to the sweetness. So I talked about, you know, coping mechanisms, density, heaviness. This month, you need to find things that make you feel light. Okay. And I'm not saying, start drinking or drink heavier because you feel lighter and more relaxed when you're drunk. No, what I mean is stay away from those type of coping mechanisms and find things that make you feel joy, okay? Whether that's going for a walk outside, whether that's playing tag with your kids, whatever that is, whatever makes you feel alive and joyous and carefree. Maybe that's, learning to ride a motorcycle. Maybe it's, crafting things, making things, building with your hands. It's different for everyone, but it's the things that bring you joy and make you make you feel vibrant, make you feel alive, make you feel relaxed and like you're in alignment. Now, I am going to caveat that with be very, very careful. Whatever you do is not another coping mechanism, okay? Because it popped into my head, motorcycle, and then someone on a tightrope. There's a fine line besides something that brings you joy and something that is exhilarating to the point of becoming another coping mechanism, another way to free yourself from the heaviness that you feel. Okay, because a lot of times things like extreme sports, bungee jumping, sometimes even motorcycle riding, if people are very sporty with it, they're really adrenaline sports, and so your adrenal glands are working overtime to produce the adrenaline to really engage that fight or flight response, and that's not what you want. You want the opposite. You do not want your nervous system all out of whack as you're trying to figure out who you are and what truly brings you joy. Okay, you want to be able to find your joy outside of your body surging with hormones. So it's going to be a fine line, especially for those of you who do have a lot of addictions or coping mechanisms. It's going to be a real challenge trying to figure out and identify what your coping mechanisms are and differentiate them from finding new and healthy ways to find your passion and find your joy. When you're able to find your passion and your joys, and you're finally starting to align with what your soul desires and what your soul is here to do, it's going to be easier to take a step away from those coping mechanisms because you're actually coming into alignment with your soul. And when you're in alignment with your soul, you are truly happy instead of just making yourself feel happy for the time being with these coping mechanisms or addictive things. Okay, hopefully that provides some clarity. So this surrender to the sweetness is going to be a key for you this month. Is also, okay, with that thought, my guys just reminded me, gratitude Gratitude is going to be very important, okay? Gratitude is not a high adrenaline sport. You can write it, which I always suggest writing it because it engages different senses and it's all the more energetically powerful because you are engaging several of your senses with touch, with motion, with sight, smell. You can smell your paper, sometimes smell the ink. It's engaging so many senses. When you can start to find gratitude in even the most challenging things in your life, then you're going to be able to recognize what beauty is around you, okay? And that is surrendering to the sweetness in a way that's not just making yourself feel good by having fun, okay? There is that differentiation there. It's surrendering to the sweetness is also about appreciating what we have, even what we don't have, what we've experienced, even the negative things, because the negative things are helping you on this spiritual journey that is going to be incredible for your soul. And so even the negative things that happen to us, the life lessons that we encounter that are less than stellar, they are helping us. All of it's helping us. I mean, I went through many years of abuse as a child, and I am still grateful for that. I am grateful for the experience that in the knowledge that it has helped me. I'm grateful that I can turn my trauma around and help others who have experienced trauma as well. So be grateful for everything, and going through the practice of gratitude will help you move through the heaviness that you're feeling this month. Okay. Let me jump over to a card that I pulled from the Moonology deck. Be real. Okay. It's an Aquarius card. It's a river. I am so sorry. My throat. Okay. So, be real is telling us to go with the flow. Okay. Be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you have emotions that come up this month, feel them, process them, go through them. If you're feeling heavy, if you're feeling shitty, if you're feeling lost, allow it. Don't distract yourself with more habits, with more addictions, with more coping mechanisms. Don't do it. Feel it. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to move through the emotions. Allow yourself to process. If you feel like you've been abandoned, if you feel like people have ignored you, forgotten about you, if you feel lost, that you're just like the black sheep of your family or the black sheep of society, feel it. Cry, release, get angry, punch a punching bag, go throw axes at one of those axe throwing places, something to release the energy. Just feel it and allow it. Try not to cover it up with your coping mechanisms, addictions, things like that. Okay. Move through the energy, go with the flow, go with the feelings. Okay. Now I am going to jump over to my deck real quick. One last card. Scorpio. Why is it taking so long? Scorpio. Okay. Divine Feminine. Okay, this is a great card. The Divine Feminine teaches us to come from a place of love, to honor the unconditional love. Okay, realize that no matter what you're going through, even if you've had a shitty childhood, even if you're in a poor relationship, you're getting treated poorly at work, you are loved. Okay, the universe, your angels, your guides, your ascended masters, deceased loved ones, they love you unconditionally. You are, I'm so sorry. You are loved and supported unconditionally, okay? The Divine Feminine is a place that when you can see yourself as your guides and the universe can see you with just you're perfect as you are, you're perfect in and of yourself, you're perfect just being here, kind of like a mom sees their children. We see our children as perfect because we love them so unconditionally much. When you can see yourself with that same unconditional love, you're going to have powerful realizations, powerful changes, powerful healing. And so as you go through this month, whatever you're feeling, whatever comes up for you, whatever emotions are plaguing you, whatever you're afraid of, whatever triggers you, love yourself unconditionally. Allow it, okay? You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to be angry. You're allowed to have sorrow. You're allowed to grieve. You're allowed all of those things. It's healthy, it is normal. You are a human having a human experience. This is being human. We came here to experience this. This is our choice. And so love yourself because this is awesome. Yes, the feelings are not comfortable sometimes, but you know what? It is awesome. It is such a joy that we get to experience that. It is it is so something to be grateful for that we get to experience all of these human things, traumas and pain and joy, all of it, okay? When you can recognize and be loving of yourself in all situations, it brings magic and light into your world. And loving yourself for who you are really helps you connect with your soul and by opening your heart. Okay, I'm going to finish it off there, sending you lots of love. If you need anything, if you find yourself needing to talk or needing guidance or wanting to delve into your past lives, please contact me, set something up, and I will see you back here in July.